Hello and welcome from the Bahrain International Circuit here in Sakhir, where the drivers are down on the grid going through the last checks with their engineers before we can get underway.
Hello guys, I'm Fizzy and welcome to Bahrain for my first ever online race on F1 2015. This is an AOR social race, the first AOR social race actually on this game, set up by Stevie SQ, assembling 12 of the AOR community's drivers on the grid for a 50% race around Bahrain to check out how well or badly the online works and to try to have some fun. You can see the race strategy screen here at the moment, and the game by default says that this race will be a two-stopper, and it looks like you cannot actually change the strategy before you go out on the track. You're locked to whatever it gives you, so if you want to make some changes to the tire strategy or what laps you want to be pitting, then you kind of had to do so on the fly. But you will see me pitting on exactly the same laps as I was told by the strategy there, because obviously I've not done a 50% race before in this game, so I really just wanted a nice straightforward race without risking anything really, as the lights are already coming on and the race is starting here in Bahrain. Trying now to control the wheel spin off the line, and we've done it reasonably well, kept up with the top two. Kerry, as you'll know very well from my co-op series, and also X-Shuffle, an old rival from the league's race with him on F1 2010 way back in the day, and we've gone around turn 1 reasonably nicely, kept our third place with my teammates hanging on just behind as well, and he looks to be getting a run now, coming towards turn 3 or 4, I think this might be turn 4, braking a little bit later than I intended to there, so we've missed Apex completely, but still my teammate just comes in for a surprise visit there, and Kerry there was in the wall after some contact with Shuffle by the looks of it, and they obviously two old rivals as well, and Kerry will not be pleased with that. I think there was some kind of lag going on between them that led to Kerry ending up in the wall sadly. So we've lost out to Robin now, but due to Kerry obviously dropping back, we have still retained our third place here. And this is my first time going into this corner with heavy fuel, and obviously from previous games I know that corner, turn 10, is a really tricky one. So easy to lock up there, but I actually managed to do it quite nicely, even though I slid around a bit on the exit. And it looks like Robin's car might be lagging just a touch ahead of me, which obviously isn't a good sign. I mean, I obviously went into this race having read and heard a lot of bad things about the online in this game. Pretty much everyone I've seen comment on it have said that it's pretty much broken, so many bugs going on with online. None yet for us in this race though, after the first lap, although on the minimap there are 3 cars hanging quite far back, so you never know, maybe they've gone into some issues, as Robin and Shuffle had a little bit of contact there ahead of me through turn 10, which again kind of distracted me on exit, and I got a ton of oversteer myself for like loss of traction, I should say. Now at the end of lap 2 you can see side-by-side action ahead with Robin and Shuffle, and it looks like Robin might actually be taking that position, although Shuffle is fighting back. And yeah, like I was saying with the online bugs and stuff, I obviously went into this race with quite bad expectations. As it says, I had fastest lap there for a split second before Bartek Farasa took it, and then Misha took it as well. But yeah, apparently something that happens frequently online, from what I've heard, is cars desyncing, which basically means that they turn into like AI cars that drive around really slowly on the track, when their actual car is somewhere completely different, so you can't actually see where they are in reality on the track. And that is obviously something that has happened at times in previous games as well, but not to the extent that it is apparently happening in this game at the moment. But at least those two guys ahead of me, Robin and Shuffle, are still seemingly driving as themselves, and I'm keeping up pretty nicely as well with Bartek just behind. And once again I've lost the back end coming out of turn 10, just too eager on the throttle. Obviously it is very tricky on the throttle, especially obviously in the traction zones, especially when I'm using the wheel. I don't know how bad it is on the pad, and it's something I haven't completely gotten used to yet. This is my second day playing the game, so still kind of need to get used to the new feel of the handling on this game, as it does feel quite different from previous games. In a positive way, I would say. I do like the new handling. It does actually feel pretty nice, although I have been having some problems with the braking, lack of feel under braking, but according to some YouTube comments I've had, that is apparently realistic because of some kind of brake-by-wire physics that is being simulated. But still something I need to get used to as well. As you see me now getting very close to Shuffle, and Bartek behind also getting very close to me, and Shuffle getting very close to Robin for the lead as well. So there is a top 4 battle here going on well and truly, getting close to each other. And now going into turn 10 once again, getting very close to Shuffle. Can I get out of here without sliding this time? I can, although it wasn't the best exit still. I seem to pull a little bit of a gap on the car behind at least, using DRS as well to keep up. But no chance at the moment to make an overtaking attempt. So come towards the end of lap 8 now, and Shuffle and Robin again getting very close ahead and kind of backing the whole group up. And lap 8, I do believe, I can't remember what it was, lap 8 or lap 9 that the strategy told me I needed to pit. We'll see in a sec, I guess, once we go past the pit lane, if I do dive in or not. But getting very close to Shuffle, but not getting the best exit here. So I don't know if I'll get a chance in DRS here. And that looked a bit weird, kind of, Bartek looked to be getting really close and then he kind of bounced back. But yeah, I did not pit, so I still got 1 lap to go before my pit window opens. And this is one thing I actually need to mention, because obviously you don't have a tire indicator on this game. This is on the Xbox One, just by the way, if that wasn't clear before. On the PC you do have an indicator for the tire wear, I believe, but not on the Xbox, because they want you to be using the communication with the engineer. But the only problem with that is, firstly, the engineer voice is very silent, so I'm struggling to hear him over the engine at times when I ask him stuff. And secondly, the information he's giving obviously is a bit vague. It's not as detailed as you would get if you had an actual indicator on the tire wear, and same with fuel and stuff like that. So it's much harder than in previous games to actually know what the status is like with your fuel and your tires. And that also is something we'll just have to get used to as time goes on, as Robin ran really wide there at turn 10, and now Shuffle looks to be going past him, although he has not opened his DRS, but still pulling ahead. I do have DRS though, and looking to the inside of Robin as well, he might be mugged by both me and Shuffle there, although Robin's hanging on around the outside. He looked to be running a little bit wide though. I think he's still on my inside, so I'll leave him room, but now he has dropped back, so I'm in second place with the Shuffle having taken the lead. There is apparently some yellow flags being shown there, but I will know it's back to being green. And I did get a good exit there. Shuffle seems to be lagging it a little bit there as well. And now looking to the inside of Shuffle into the final corner on the lap. I am meant to be pitting, trying to hit the apex without cutting the corner, taking a lot of the curb, but still side by side with Shuffle as we go towards the pit lane. Is he going in as well? He is! It's going to be side by side into the pit lane, and what's that going to happen there then? Oh god, I've turned into his car and seeing a massive blob of ghosted Lotus bodywork inside me now. But we have managed to make it into the pit box, although they seem to be taking a while. Come on lads, 4.8 second pit stop. I clearly got held up there by both Bartek and Robin. That was not what I wanted, and Shuffle seems to have gotten out ahead of both of them. So even though I went into the pits pretty much inside Shuffle, I have, oh god, oh my Jesus, completely ruining the pit exit as well. Obviously my first time leaving the pits in the race conditions, and I do think that was the cold tires kicking in as well, which I was not expecting to that extent. And yeah, even though, like I said, went into the pits pretty much side by side with Shuffle, he is now way clear. And here is me kind of going into the back of Robin there, because he was taking the corner slowly. I was taking it too fast, getting a warning there, fair enough as well. So yeah, lap 13, and Shuffle sadly seems to be way out in front now that I'm stuck behind Robin, who is on the prime tires, although at this point I don't think I had actually noticed that he was on the prime tires. So I was thinking that this was a completely fair battle with both of us running the same kind of strategy and everything. As I went for the overtake there, but nearly made contact with him. I had to slow down a bit, and he remains ahead, taking a pretty interesting line over the curve there, and covering the inside now. So Robin wants to hold me up as much as possible. Obviously, now in hindsight, knowing that he's on the prime tires, it makes this even more vital for me to get past him as soon as possible, because I really need clean air and to take advantage of these option tires if I want to have any chance at least of catching the guys ahead. But at the moment I'm not making it work, and I'm still behind Robin. Did not get close to him on that straight to get a move attempted. But now on the next lap, lap 15, I am getting close with DRS up the inside of turn 1, trying to hit the apex, but taking too much of the curb there and getting very close to Robin as well. Too close in fact, touching his rear wheel slightly, which just destabilized my car, and I had to catch the slide, and definitely lost a second or two there, which also is not what I needed. But now 2 laps later we have managed to get close to him again on the exit of turn 1 now, and through turn 2 and 3, getting a great run in the slipstream. Robin's car starting to lag a little bit again, but we are moving to the inside now of turn 4, trying to nail the braking, hitting that apex, getting on the power as early as possible in 3rd gear. Robin trying to fight back, but it looks like I'll be ahead. Got into this sweeping right-left now. So the move is done, but it took me way too long compared to what I would have wanted to get past him, because now obviously I've spent this whole stint running at Robin's prime tire pace, when really I needed some clean air to take advantage of my options. But at the end of lap 19 then, or actually no, at the start of lap 19, or at the end of lap 18, I did go in to change onto my prime tires, which is what I'll be running for the final stint. I did stay ahead of Robin though, as he pitted on the next lap. But Robin, of course, being on the option tires for the final stint, putting him at the severe advantage, the same advantage that I had on him in the second stint. Sliding a bit there, I think there was a little bit of contact from the back from Robin's car that I felt going through that corner. And now going into turn 10, I've completely missed the apex there. Not a great way to defend my position, because now Robin is all over me going onto this DRS straight, and he is now pulling alongside me on the inside into this corner. On the better tires, do I have any chance of fighting back here? I'm trying to hang it around the outside, but Robin just has the edge here coming up the hill, still trying to hang it out here. Robin running a little bit wide, but I had to back off in the end, because otherwise I would have understeered into him and then nearly touching him a bit on the next corner as well. So here we go then, that's Robin ahead on the better tires, so he ended up pulling away for the rest of the stint, until actually the final few laps, when I seemed to be getting a bit back towards him. Whether he had been having some kind of issue or if he is just suffering from tire wear, I'm not really sure. But here we are on the final lap, going into the final sector of the race. The checkered flag has already waved, and it is Bartek Fras actually who wins the race. He did pass Shuffle then on the final stint, as he was also running the options at the end, unlike Shuffle and myself. And here we go, Robin's getting really close now. He's going so slowly, and he is just letting me pass for some reason, or maybe he's running out of fuel. I really am not sure about that, but we have managed to then take third place on the final straight because of Robin's issue, whatever that was, which is nice, because now we'll see me on the podium as Sebastian Vettel. And I must say, Bartek Fras does look suspiciously like Hamilton. Shuffle looking like Pastor Maldonado, which I guess is appropriate, considering he put a carry in the wall in the first lap, although not intentionally, of course, and probably because of lag. But yeah, nice to see some podiums finally in the game, some podium cutscenes. And here we have the final results: Bartek winning, Shuffle second, me third, Robin fourth, and a carry fighting back to fifth in the end, ahead of my teammate The Genius. And yeah, a pretty interesting race, to be honest. I quite enjoyed it, and a positive experience considering the expectations I was having going into the race. With all the reports of online being so broken, I didn't actually see many bugs. I saw a little bit of lag, but I didn't see any ghost cars or anything like that, although I do think a few other cars in the race did, based on comments they made on the forum after the race. And I do have another video coming very soon, which will show off some of the less positive parts of how the online is at the moment in this game. So stay tuned for that. But as for this race, it was actually a good experience. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the race and the video at least. And please press that like button if you did, to show some support, and I might do some more races like this. Remains to be seen still how soon league racing will be starting because of these online issues, but I'll surely be doing some more social races in the near future, and I will upload them if they are as entertaining as this one at least. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.